What made you want to give this away to them, this specific ebook?
Because I know the stuff that's in there is extremely valuable.
To who?
To the speakers.
I don't think this is terrible, but I'm just thinking through, what do they want?
They want to know how they can become professional speakers.
So if it was me, here's what I would do, right? I'd do a free giveaway, probably a video or something. So if it were me, the landing page would be free video reveals, how to use the right method to become a highly paid speaker in the educational space. And that's what the landing page would be. So, Dr. Reggie, tell me about your business and what you do.
Yep. So I'm a professional speaker.
Okay.
In the educational space. So I speak to educators and students. To educators, I speak to them about teacher burnout. Right? Teacher burnout, school culture and climate, classroom management, building rapport with students.
Nice.
On the student side, I speak to student apathy. I want students to understand the value of an education, how an education can change their lives. But when I say education, I'm talking about it from the perspective of Dr. King. He said the true purpose of an education is intelligence plus character. So it's the ability to acquire information, acquire knowledge, and then be able to apply that knowledge. Yep. But also your character is important, right? So I think Grant Baldwin said, who you are is more important than what you do. So I want students to know you can acquire the knowledge, but who you are is equally as important.
Man, it's powerful. You said who you are is more
important than what you do.
And I'm so glad you said that, because I was talking to Kev and a few other people. I was like, typically when somebody goes on a podcast or something like that, and this ain't a podcast, right? But sometimes people go on podcasts, people will say, tell everybody what you do. And they'll automatically go into they'll say, tell everybody who you are, but they'll go into what they do. Because a lot of times it kind of goes into that. So I'm glad you said that quote. So what brought you to this point? Like big picture, 2 minutes or less, kind of what got you to this point?
Yeah, so essentially I was, still do, I teach a character development, social emotional learning curriculum to middle school students. I was teaching that curriculum for a number of years. And then some of the administrators within the school system and teachers and also parents was like, man, our kids really come home ranting and raving about how much they love your class, how much they're learning, about the information that you're teaching them. Then I was part of a committee. I was part of a committee that annually put on a conference for young men within that particular county. So they would invite high school males to come to a young men's conference, and they had a keynote speaker. They had a budget for the conference, but the budget would only cover transportation for the students to get to and from, and food. They had no budget for a speaker. So I'm on this Zoom call with a bunch of people in the committee, and one of these guys named Al Kareem volunteers me and says, hey, I've heard Reg speak before. Reg could do the keynote. I know he'll do a good job. Now, I had never done a keynote presentation in my life. So the thought of speaking before 500-600 people on the stage seemed overwhelming. But I accepted the offer. It was about 6 months out. So I took those 6 months and was laser focused, right, preparing my talk. And the only thing I had in my mind was I want to provide these students with a lot of value, and I want them to understand the purpose of education, which is character plus intelligence. And that's what I did. I went and I gave that keynote. Now, I didn't think, there was not one single second in my mind did I think that when I give this keynote, there's going to be principals, superintendents, executive directors, all the decision makers in the educational space are going to be attending this same conference. I didn't think about that. So I went and I gave this keynote. And when I was done with the keynote, a lot of those decision makers thought I was a professional speaker. And that was one way that I felt like God was affirming me that this was something that he was calling me to do. I felt like this was his invitation to me to accept what he has called me to do. And I had some prior experience before that because I played professional basketball in Europe, and I used to go into the schools, the ESL schools, and share my story. And those students would say like, oh man, we were inspired by what you said, but I kind of just wrote it off like I'm just having a conversation like we're having a conversation right now. But that particular day, when I got off that stage and the people came up to me, I mean, it was tons of people that came up to me. I was like, okay, it wasn't just that they were affirming me, but it was a sense of fulfillment that the students themselves, especially high school students, because, they're cut and dry. Right. Either they like you or they don't.
Right, for sure.
But they came up to me. Students were crying, students were grateful, appreciative. That let me know that it was the first time in my life I felt like I was doing something that was so fulfilling. Because sports was entertainment. Right, people come to see you play, entertain, showcase your skills. But I felt like I was making a difference in people's lives.
Right, I love it. Okay, good stuff. So what would you say, walking away from this session, if you was like, hey, if I walk away with this in terms of like growing the business to where we're looking to get it to, what would that be? So we can know how to get something going with this thing.
Yeah. Listen, I'm prepared, Doc.
Good. It's good. It's good.
I'm prepared. So for me, it would be on the coaching side. So I'm a professional speaker, but now I coach aspiring speakers who want to become professional speakers in the educational space. Mm-hmm. All right. So I've been doing that now for a little over a year.
Okay.
I was able to do that in scale, and by, I guess, most people's terms, be successful at it, but with no marketing strategy.
Yep.
Right? It was all just word of mouth, or people heard me on podcasts, reached out to me. So now I actually want to have a strategy in place in terms of generating leads on the coaching side.
Okay. So we're generating leads for the coaching business to teach people how to get into education.
To do what I'm doing.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Absolutely.
Got it. And you said you prepared. What you got so far?
You name it, I got it.
You got to pull it up. All right. So do you already have like marketing funnels and so forth in place, or any kind of mechanisms in place at this point?
Yeah. So we have a lead magnet, which
Okay.
is a funnel we have for me as a speaker.
Okay.
And also coaching, but we're just going to we haven't implemented the coaching one yet.
Okay. Is it live?
Is it live?
Where I can like pull it up?
The educator one, yes.
But not the funnel for the speakers. Is the lead magnet live for the coaching offer?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's just going to be, we pretty much just duplicating what we have going on for the educator side of things. Obviously just tweaking it.
Okay. So what's the educator side? What's the one you got live?
Yep. So you mean share the link with you, or just?
Yeah, you can tell me. I can type it in if you want.
Yeah, I'll turn it around so you can see it a bit easier. Right there.
Okay, that's it. Boom, boom, boom.
With these funnels, it's the first time we'll be using either one of them.
Okay. You're probably like, whoa, Marquel, slow down. If you're enjoying the show so far, you may be wondering, how do you actually become a guest? Now, this isn't a platform where anybody can just get on. You gotta be in a specific area of your business where we can really do a solid deep dive. If you wanna be a guest on an upcoming episode, all you gotta do is go to strategicscaleguest.com. strategicscaleguest.com. There is an application process, so go over there, answer a couple simple questions, watch the quick video that I have there, answer a couple simple questions, and if you meet the criteria, our team will reach out to you and we'll get it scheduled, and we can figure out if you're going to come to our office where we do a deep dive, or we come to your office. So go ahead, strategicscaleguest.com. Let's get back into the show. Boom. All right, I'm probably still transferring. So you haven't ran any traffic to this one yet?
No, not to the educator one or the coaching one.
Okay, cool.
Everything I've done has been based off of me selling myself from stage, and I don't mean selling from stage, meaning just my talk.
Mm-hmm. So what do you already got? So for the one that you're launching for the coaching side, do you already got like the headline and the giveaway and everything that you're gonna do?
Yeah, I got the workflow and all that.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I got the workflow for all that. 1 second. All right, what do you want to know?
Are you able to airdrop it to me?
You asking for a bunch of advanced stuff right now.
What you got? What is it in the Google Docs?
It's in the Google Doc.
Should be able to airdrop it. It should pop up now. You see it?
I see the iPhone one pop up, and I see your ebook. Your
the iPad,
Chromebook Pro, or was that MacBook Pro?
Do the iPhone.
You want her to send anything else while we at it, or charts, or anything like that?
I think we should be good. If so, we can. We'll jump over there. Let's go. Super prepared. I love it.
Yo, I'm like, my goal was? Well, we were right. I'm like, I'll tell you afterwards. I'm not coming on this show not being prepared. You gotta listen. It's better to be prepared than have an opportunity. Have an opportunity not be prepared.
That's a fact. All right, cool. So let's dive in. Let's see here. So we got. I'm just gonna scroll through. Qualification for assessment. What's going to be the price? We might be on here already. The pricing for this program.
So I have gold, platinum, and diamond.
Okay.
So everyone that's been through my program in 2024 was gold, and then I have a young lady that just signed up for my platinum.
Okay.
So it was 10, 14, and 18.
10, 14, and 18. Love it. Those are good. And then they buy via sales call?
They do, but so in terms of strategy, what I would like to do is do like a 2-day conference, virtual conference, challenge conference, whatever you want to call it, boot camp, once a month. That's my plan. And get away from the discovery call.
And just pitch directly from
from that.
I like.
And if I do have to do a discovery call, I would want it to be from, let's say, the people that were on the boot camp or the 2-day virtual conference.
So they already know the price.
They already know the price and all that kind of stuff. So
I like it.
It's at that point they're warm.
Cool. What would you say is the biggest, because I know what I'm thinking, but what would you say when it comes to your lead generation process, what would you say is the biggest question or bottleneck you're thinking, or challenge or clarity point that you want to make this streamline?
From the lead generation, I think for me right now, it's a great question, it's just having the right people in place to execute.
Got it.
Like, I understand, like I have somebody on my team right now that's helping me work through all of this, as you can see.
Okay,
So we're very, attention to detail. Because I'm big on providing an immense amount of value for the client experience. So full-time right now is just my wife, who you met. She's full-time, U.S. based. Then I have a team. So the thing is, when somebody comes through my coaching program, right, I want it to be literally like comprehensive. So they come through, they get everything from the art of speaking to starting and setting up their speaking business. But then I also have a team. I have a team of VAs in place so that once they're done with the coaching program, if they choose to, now they can enroll into what I call RWE Virtual Concierge. Right, so we provide high level. So everything that needs to be executed now, I have a team in place that can execute it for you. Your social media strategy, your marketing. Now keep in mind, I'm talking about them having strategies in place now for going out and getting speaking engagements, because they're trying to mimic what I'm doing in the speaking space.
That makes sense. So let me ask you this. So on your landing page that you're going to be sending people to for your lead magnet, what's the lead magnet you're giving away to these?
First chapter of my ebook. So I have that too.
And you're going to give that to the people who want to become speakers.
So they get the first chapter. No, the lead magnet. You were saying the lead magnet. So when you come, the lead magnet is you get the first chapter of my ebook. Right. So you get the first chapter of my ebook. Then you can register for the 2-day boot camp. Even if you don't register for the 2-day boot camp, you still, obviously, if you come on, you put your name and all that kind of stuff, you still get the first chapter of my ebook. It's the right method.
Cool. What's the headline on that page? You said you got that pulled up.
Yeah, I'll pull it up for you.
This speaker readiness assessment, is it already live, or is that just
Yeah, I have the document.
Good. So this is the first page of the ebook. Now, the speakers, the people who want to become speakers, this is what you're giving them away. Got it. So on the landing page,
I'm giving them the first chapter.
The first chapter.
Yeah. So I'm expanding it. So this is.
So on the landing page, it's gonna be like, hey, opt in for my free ebook, the 6 key factors to overcome burnout and inspire student success. Okay, cool. So.
Then they would get these 8 pages.
Got it. Let me see something real quick. So, what would you? So these. So let me ask you this: what's your thinking around? What made you want to give this away to them?
The ebook.
This specific ebook.
Because I know the stuff that's in there is extremely valuable.
To who?
To the speakers.
To leverage as a speaker, right?
To leverage as a speaker.
Got it. So what would you say? What's the big promise so they're tossing and turning, trying to figure out how to get in the speaking game. What would you say that you can give them? Because I don't think this is terrible, but I'm just thinking through, what do they want?
They want to know how they can become professional speakers.
Got it.
The first thing you need to know is your why. Who's your audience?
Okay.
So the W is like your why and who's your audience.
And that's in the right method, right?
Yeah, that's the W. So that's the first thing that people get. I wouldn't say get wrong. I would just say they don't understand. I think that's a better way of framing it, right? Like they think, the old school saying, right? You said it before in interviews, like their riches and their niches, right? Most people think, oh, I got a message, I want to share it with everybody.
Yep.
No, that's
So the why. So the W is the why.
the why is connected to the who.
Okay.
It's the who, but we talk about their why,
In the W.
right? But it's the who. Who's your audience?
Cool. And then the R is what?
Responsible for research.
And then the I.
The I is intentionality.
So what if we get? I like where we're going with this. So if it was me, here's what I would do, right? If you was like, hey Marco, I'm turning the business over to you, how would you do it? Here's what I would do. So I'd come up, I'd do a free giveaway, probably a video or something, right? Where I say, so I would say free. So let's just say free. Let me make sure. So let's say free video reveals how to use the right method
Now we're gonna have a video as part of this too, just so you know.
Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah.
So free video reveals how to use the right method. So say method. And you specifically show them how to start speaking in the
Educational space.
in education.
Yeah, I'm real clear on that.
Perfect. Use the right method to, and we can condense this. I'm just kind of getting it out of my head. How to use the right method to become a, we can figure out the wording, but I would just say highly paid speaker in the educational space. So if we know that's what they want to do, we know they want to start speaking. So if it were me, I'd go in with, the landing page would be free video reveals, how to use the right method to become a highly paid speaker in the educational space. And that's what the landing page would be. So then when they opt in, we have this thing called, you probably saw me talk about it before. So we have this thing called the elevator funnel, right? So it's like they go from ad, then they go over to the landing page, and then on the landing page, we got this messaging on it. And then they opt in for this video. We call this the money content video. So in this video is what we're gonna teach them. Hey, I'm Dr. Reggie Wright. In this video, I'm gonna share with you how to use what I call the right method to become a highly paid speaker in the educational space, right? So we got what, why, how, what's next. So that's the what. Here's why I'm so passionate. Here's why I'm about to share this with you for free in this video. And then you kind of go into, I've been doing this for X, Y, Z years. I'm passionate about sharing this with other speakers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then the how, that's the right method. So I'm gonna walk you through the right method right now. So number one is the figuring out your who. And then you're gonna walk them through the method, right? And then the what's next is, like we say, we want to get them to register for your virtual conference. Hey, I actually got an upcoming virtual conference where I'm gonna dive even before you even break down the right method, you're like, hey, I'm gonna dive into the right method. However, by the way, I actually got a upcoming virtual conference where I walk way through this over 2 days and really help you execute this stuff virtual live. So at any point, you can click the button below and go get registered for the upcoming workshop. Is that workshop gonna be paid or free?
Paid.
Perfect. So at any point, you can click on the button and go register for the workshop. But let's go ahead and jump into it. And now you dive into the right method. So W is X, Y, Z, and then you expound on that. And then of course you'll be like, after each one, you're like, hey, again, as I mentioned, I'm going way deeper into this in a virtual conference where we can actually help you customize this for your business. Click at any point, click on the button and go ahead and register. And now you be teaching the whole thing. And then of course at the what's next, we just invite them to go register for the workshop.
Okay.
And then we just rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. And the beautiful thing is, what all these leads were generating, so like all these leads were generating, now once they opt in there, we obviously gonna have them go to an email sequence, which is giving them more value and then inviting them to register for the event. And then we actually can start retargeting because we're also pixeling these people as well. So now we can start retargeting them and then running specific event related ads to them as well. Because we know these are people who are already warm to you. Now we can invite them to the event. So if it were me, I would go specific messaging to them, like using this, because we know they want to become a highly paid speaker. And then we bring them into that, teach them that, and then through that process, we invite them into your workshop from there. And of course, in your workshop, that's when you're going to pitch them into 10K. You said 10, 14, and 18K.
10, 14, 18. Yep. I'm sending you the. Oh wait, your phone is the AirDrop.
Hold on, make sure it's on hold. Yep.
So this is the framework, right? So obviously the onboarding. Then we're going to talk about. And this is the framework of the book, but it's also the framework and how we're going to go through the coaching program, right? Who, then research, do a deep dive, market analysis, the impact. Do you actually have an expertise, you know, that is going to be marketable and impactful in the educational space? Now, how do you acquire paid gigs, networking, marketing, pitching, strategies, and what habits are necessary to be a professional speaker, right? What daily habits? And then you got to have ongoing training. You got to invest in yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
And I love the framework. The only tweak I would have just made to it is just instead of giving them the first page of the ebook, just like, hey, I'm gonna give you this video to show you how to become a highly paid speaker, because we know that's the big thing that they want. And then.
So I haven't launched this yet. So you saying should I just scratch the first chapter of the ebook?
I wouldn't do the first chapter of the ebook. I would just give them that video where you teach them the thing, and then invite them to register for the workshop.
So just scratch the book altogether?
I would. Well, you probably can use it for something else. You can even use it in a follow-up email. Hey, what's up? Real quick, if you're watching this episode, which you clearly are, and you're like, okay, this is amazing. If you're a business owner right now watching this and you're making 30K to 100K per month at least, or you're making 1 million or 5 million, and you're looking to get to 10, 15, 20 million and beyond, and you're like, how do I strategically scale my business without burning out and without sacrificing the thing that matters, all the things that matters? I actually put together a special bonus gift for podcast listeners only. So if you go to strategicscalegift.com, that's strategicscalegift.com. We're going to hook you up with some tools, some strategies, some systems that you can apply into your business immediately to help you strategically scale your business without burning out, so you can impact more people and scale to the $1 million business, to the $1 million mark and beyond. Go get that right now, strategicscalegift.com, and let's get back to the show. So because you're going to have a follow-up sequence. So like in that follow-up sequence, what we talked about here, you can actually give them.
So just give me the play again. So I have
right here,
opt-in elevator funnel. So the ad.
Yep.
So let's start with that. So here's the thing for me. Everything has been organic right now. If I wanted to continue with the organic for just this year, and then maybe consider ads in 26, how would you go to get people to jump on organically?
So same thing. So I actually slash this, right? So this is ad/content. So it's the same thing. So are you already doing like organic content on your social?
No. So again, full transparency. So all of my coaching clients have come just because they've followed me on social media platforms, or they've heard me speak, or they've heard me on a podcast, or a show or interview like this, and then they reach out.
Got it.
And then they become a client.
Yeah.
I haven't done any marketing or lead generation for the coaching side.
Got it.
Just the speaking.
So do you put content on your socials at all? For like you educating speakers or anything?
I'm just starting it.
Okay, yeah. So what I would do is, now from a content standpoint, we want you to be like the go-to person when it comes to empowering speakers, right?
Yep.
To help with specifically for the educational space. So I'll be creating daily video content, and it could be a mixture of you talking straight to the camera, and it can be a mixture of you snipping out, or somebody on your team snipping out these longer podcast episodes you got, and then chopping those up and turning them into 60 to 90 second videos as well.
So do you think I should have a separate social media page? Like, so I have Dr. Reggie Wright Jr., which is Instagram now, Reggie Wright as a professional speaker. Should I have Dr. Wright Coaching as a separate, let's say for Instagram in particular? Or would you just do everything?
I would just have the same one. Yep, because it's still so in alignment. Because you're not doing. Now it's not. So let's say, for example, let's say you was like, hey, I want to do something. I want to start teaching. I'm really passionate about fitness.
Yeah, something separate.
Then you would do something separate if it was like, I'm gonna do a fitness thing. So now it's not even in alignment. But even with your coaching side, you're still teaching people how to get into the educational space. But so everything is like still total alignment.
I was just wondering, would it be how, like, because there's a lot of educators that follow me. So the principals, superintendents, they follow me. So if they see me pushing myself as a product rather than just giving content that's beneficial to the students and teachers, right, would they feel, I'm trying to think about it from their perspective, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, or just, like most of them on LinkedIn, right? Most professionals use LinkedIn.
Yep.
If they use Instagram, for example, they don't have like, it's not Dr. So-and-so
Yep.
because they don't want students to find on Instagram like that. But I'm just trying to think what their perspective
So
is.
I think it's two ways to look at it, right? So it's like, all right, this guy is so good at what he does in the educational space. He's also teaching other people how to do it as well, right? I mean, may have some people that's like, all right, well, he's teaching other people how to do it, so I don't know. So I mean, you could do that, or you could, if you wanted to have it totally separate, you could. But I don't think it's just necessary.
What would you do?
To do, if it was me, I would just have the one.
Okay.
Yeah, I would 100% have the one.
Okay.
Because I'll give you an example. So my boy Cantus, I don't know, you probably know Cantus. He's heavy in the speaking space as well, and he does education from a STEM perspective. He also coaches speakers as well, right? And he does it all through his Cantus Simmons brand.
Okay.
So I would just do it the same similar way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. So so that's what I would do from a lead generation standpoint, and then we sending them to, and then even with the ads, it's like you don't even got to go crazy. It's not like a crazy ad budget that you even got to start with if you want to start sooner, because now you got the lead, you got those leads coming in, and by you having the 10, 14K, 18K offer, it's pretty simple to monetize and ROI those too, and it'll pretty much just add gasoline on the fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would the ad spend be? Would you say per lead?
So, I mean, we have clients that start $5 a day. We have some clients that start with $20 a day. We have some clients that start with $100 a day. It just depends on how aggressive you want to jump out the gate. And we have some people who start more. It just depends on how you want to jump out. And then you just adjust the budget accordingly. Okay. But a lot of times people think when they do ads, they got to have like a crazy ad budget. And it ain't the case. Especially when your messaging is dialed, your offer is tight, the funnel is on point, and you understand all the economics and your follow-up process and all that. Like, you literally can't lose money on ads.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Makes sense to me.
Cool. All right. Perfect. So that's that on the lead generation. What questions you got around this, or any questions or anything as it relates to this?
So the opt-in elevator funnel, that it's either an ad or content. They get to the landing page, then they get the message, which is the video.
The money content video, yep.
The money content video.
Yep.
So, and then they have, after the money content video, they have the opt-in. They opt in for the video, right?
So they opted in right here. So when they get to, so they go from ad or content, and then once they get to the landing page, this is where they give us their name, email, and phone number.
That's where they opt in.
Yep. And then they land on this page where it's like, hey, congratulations, here's the video.
And the message, money content video.
Yep, and then they're going to watch that video. And then underneath it, it's going to be the button that's going to send them to go register for your event. And then over here is the page for your event.
So one of the things I was thinking, because like we talked about before, right, offline, like bandwidth. So I've been doing about 1 or 2 a month.
1 or 2 events?
Clients.
Okay, clients, okay.
Yeah, it's about I would say 2 is it really a sweet spot, because I do a deep dive, right, really into their business. But not everybody that comes through, just even discovery calls, the way things been right now, not everybody wants the coaching program. So I've been thinking like a downsell.
Okay.
A downsell, but I want to talk to you about that.
Okay.
I'm thinking a downsell of a course.
Okay.
Right, a DIY course, right? Do-it-yourself course, where they would get just the modules.
Okay.
They can go through, they can learn the right method, but then it's up to them to implement it.
Yep.
On their own, apart from me.
Yep.
I was thinking about a course around $495, something like that, or $997, but I would say maybe $495, $997. So I want to get your thoughts on that as a downsell.
So it depends, right? So one thing so let's say, for example,
or just stick with this premium.
So it depends on how you want to. So like so let's say, for example, they come to the event. You're gonna charge how much for these event tickets?
I was thinking $97.
Okay.
Right, and then $197 or $297 for VIP.
Okay.
Either or. I want to get your take on that too.
And then when they come to the event, and you're gonna what's gonna be the offers at the event? Is it the 3 different levels?
3 different levels.
So they got, you said gold.
Yep, gold, platinum, and then diamond.
So you got gold.
Yep.
Platinum.
You can go to the website to see them all.
Okay.
If you want to make it easy.
Okay, cool. And then we got diamond.
Yep.
So, and this is 18K.
Yep.
I think you said 14.
Correct.
And then 10K.
Correct.
Boom.
Gold is 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Platinum and diamond is 6 months.
Okay, cool. So one thing you could do is, let's say on the workshop, this is you pitch them the gold, platinum, and diamond level, and then you're giving them the opportunity to enroll into that. And then probably what I'd probably do is like in the follow-up, for those who don't buy, then you can downsell them into the course alone. Yeah.
But do you like that idea?
Yeah, for sure. Because it'll like help get them warmed up and get to a point where they're ready to like step into this level. I don't think that's a bad idea.
What would you do for, again, maybe you want to look at I don't know if you want to look at the website and see to get a better idea.
Yeah, I can do that. What's the website?
drwrightcoaching.com.
Dr. Wright.
Dr. Wright Coaching. .com. Yep. Then if you go down a little bit further right there, you'll see, yep, you click on either one of those and you can see what the programs include.
Okay, cool.
Now I have it laid out on the chart too, where I give them as a proposal.
Mm-hmm. So big picture, what's the difference in gold and platinum? Is it just a time limit?
So the difference between, no, actually, let me bring up it'd be easier if I bring up the chart. Why is it not?
Because the reason I'm asking, because like on the breakdowns,
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, because it's going super in the weeds on Yeah,
this would be easier for you to see.
Okay, perfect. You send it to me now?
Yeah, just go to AirDrop.
All right, let me make sure it's unlocked still. Yep, it should be coming through. This brother showed up with the org chart and everything, Kev. Stop playing with Dr. Wright.
So, whatever you need, I got it. So when you scroll, you can see, all right, gold is basically everything. Okay. Platinum and diamond, you get premium. Obviously, the coaching call is different, right?
Okay.
6 bi-weekly, 12 bi-weekly, or 18, okay, right? Which is 3 per month.
Yep.
Those are hour-long calls, but I also do bonus calls in there too.
Yep.
Right, so if they need anything, right, so we go through the whole thing. We have them set up the LLC, yep, EIN, business insurance. Good. Like everything you need from start to finish. Got it. Right?
Which one do you want to sell the most?
The most?
Which one? Because like typically if you think, so even from
if I want to be a bestseller?
Yeah, because even if you think about just from a sales psychology standpoint, if you go to like a software site.
I would say diamond.
That's just the one you want to sell?
I would say diamond because it's the most beneficial for the client.
Got it.
Because we're doing the calls when they're doing the coaching sessions, kind of how we're talking right now. Mm-hmm. That allows me to have more time with them. Yeah. To do a deeper dive, customize it, understand the obstacles and hurdles that they're experiencing. Yeah. Right. The other stuff, like they're going to get assignments. Yeah. So they always have something to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm always sending them information. I'm giving them my templates. I'm giving them everything. Yeah. I'm giving them the full scope of everything.
But this is more access to you.
More access to me is the diamond.
Got it.
Right. So it's like, do you want to spend, do you want to have 2 calls with me or do you want to have 3? Yeah. That third call makes a difference.
Got it.
Per month.
Okay.
But if you scroll up too, or down, whichever way it is, so you can, that way. Look at right there, if you just look at the digital services, like in terms of professional email ID setup, SEO integration, optimization for social media, the logo animation, the graphics, all that stuff.
Got it.
Like, what'd you do? Oh, you went to.
Yeah, I went down too fast.
Yeah. So when you look and see everything that they're getting the logo, branding. We walk them through like how to get their logo trademark. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about like we jump on a call and share the screen, help them fill out the documents. Yeah. We do everything for them.
Got it. Got it. Keep benefits. Custom one-page website.
And then from here, it's like, okay, well now if you want to continue to work with us, now we have the team that can execute.
So I think it's great. The only thing is that I think will make it even stronger is that if we just tighten up some of the some of the messaging and like some of the copy, because it's like, because if these are, because like for example, you gotta know, so link aggregation tool. So unless you're like there breaking it down, so like if you're on stage and you're explaining what that means, so like if somebody don't know it, they don't really understand the value of that. You get what I'm saying? Or if somebody said professional email ID setup, some people don't know what it is, but you got to explain to them and what's the benefit.
Yeah, I always explain it.
Right. So like when you're there speaking live, then you break down, here's the benefit of that. So I think that works well. So, but no, I think a lot of this, well, not a lot of it, I think all this is solid. I think there's an opportunity to, if you wanted to, you could easily increase the price of the diamond for sure. So it's more of a difference between diamond and platinum, because platinum and diamond is 14 and 18K, right?
Correct.
So if you wanted to, I mean, you could go like 14 and 24K if you wanted to create more of a
value proposition.
Yeah, more of a differentiator for sure, especially since they get so much more of your time.
Okay.
Another thing I would start doing now, especially as you're growing, is I wouldn't sell you. Because I know you mentioned they get this of me, 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 they get this of me. So I think one of the challenges that I had early on, when everything was built around me being the value in the program, it can create some mostly internal sticking point, whereas now it comes down to like scaling it out. And it's like now I get to work with Dr. Reggie, his system, but with the team. And when I work with the team, it's just as valuable.
Great point. So one of the things I'm considering is giving my wife a website, right? Because she does the coaching with me. So a lot of the stuff from the speaking perspective, in terms of the artist speaking, so we help them obviously create their talk, the framework around that, intro, transitions, all that kind of stuff. I do that directly. A lot of the business side of things, in terms of like business setup and all that, actually Patrice jumps on the call.
So I think the biggest thing, so you can literally, so I don't think so literally you're doing it. So it's like Reggie Wright Enterprises. So it's like I would just like when it comes down to the office, like, hey, you get to work with the Dr. Reggie Wright team.
Okay.
The Dr. Reggie Wright team. So now it's built around a team. So the elements that they get from you is a plus, but the idea is to come in and they're getting this transformation from the Dr. Reggie Wright.
In terms of messaging.
Team, yeah.
Got it.
So now they're used to working with the team and not just exclusively you.
So when we do our emails, we do put like Team RWE.
Yep.
But you're saying the initial marketing message.
Just automate. When it comes to like, hey, when you enroll in this program, you get to work with me and my entire team.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
If you want to work more, if you want more of my personal time, then we got these higher levels where you get that. However, you don't lose anything if you even work with us in the other programs. You just get more of the team. You still get the team as well, but it's just less of me in those, which you're still gonna be taken care of either way it go.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So yeah. So I think. I mean, you got a lot of this stuff is like airtight. It's like maybe some small tweaks or whatever, but a lot
whatever
of
tweaks you see or gaps you see, please tell me.
Yeah, so I think just some of the stuff I'm mentioning, like just some of the messaging, how we positioning it, how we setting it up, so it can like grow beyond you. So it's not all limited to you having to always be there, and then people not thinking it's less valuable if you aren't involved.
Okay, got it.
So just making sure we're streamlined, if it's not already done, making sure just like the curriculum is streamlined and it can work beyond you. All that fun stuff, all the messaging is like, hey, and so it's kind of like, even if you look at like a John Maxwell or something like that, right?
Right.
It's still built around his name, but it's like the likelihood of people coming to his programs and working with him is very low unless they come into like his high level program. That doesn't make it any less valuable though, because they're still getting the Maxwell system, right?
So if they're not working with John, they're working with somebody on his team
who is just as good. Hopefully. I never went through none of his stuff. I'm just using that as an example. Some of these, a lot of these programs are crap, but just making sure. So I'll give you an example with us, right? With our personal company, because I can only speak for hours.
Right.
So it's like when somebody comes work with us, it's not like I disappear. They get to work with me as well. However, my team is more talented than me, because for me, I'm a generalist specialist.
Right. Yeah.
Because I know a bit about everything to be dangerous: sales, marketing, operations, everything. Right. However, I got a team of specialists. So ads, this is all Coach Mike does. Messaging, this is all Coach C does. Offers, this is all Coach D does. Tech, Dre, my business partner, is like, we got Kev, like, this is what he does.
Yeah.
Like, he talks about the video stuff, like, I don't have no idea what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
But he's a specialist at that, right? So whether it's live events, I got a team of specialists, operations, my operation director, we got a whole, so now it's more valuable to work with myself and the team versus just working with Marquel exclusively.
Gotcha.
Because you get a whole team of specialists.
But what did you do before you had to build out your team? So before you built out your team, it was all
me.
Yeah.
But if I had it to do over again, I would have built with team in mind.
Gotcha.
And I would have made it less about me and more about we, team.
So how did you find those people on your team that you knew could coach people and do it with a standard of excellence?
Great question. A lot of them came from clients.
So people that went through your program
and were amazing.
And they went back and
they were just on board with the mission.
Gotcha.
And it was like, hey, I want to be on board.
Gotcha.
And then we built together.
Gotcha.
Okay. And you know how God do, man. God just bring it all together. Even my operation director, she started off as a VA. Right. I met Kev. I was in Cleveland speaking at an event, and me and Kev linked. And he was just so happy. And again, it wasn't no coincidence, but he was about to move down here.
Wow.
So he was like, hey man, I'm coming down. I want to bring this down there. What should I do? And I gave him some advice. And I want to say a month later, I was doing an in-person event.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want you to come through and shoot. But I was like, I've had horror stories with videographers. So we did it, and then we've been locked in 8 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So like, you know how God worked the thing.
Yeah. Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Divine connection,
100%. It just all kind of come together, right?
Yeah.
So that's how it is. So you're already doing the thing. So it's like, as you're doing the thing, and God gonna bring you the people to like move the mission forward. But like, where God taking you with this thing, it's gonna be impossible for you to do it on your own anyway.
I know.
So it's like
already.
But God are gonna line you up with the people. The people are already in the line.
Excellent.
And you're already doing the work, stewarding the vision that you already got. Obviously, because this how you pulling up. You know what I'm saying? It's like you already doing the thing.
Yeah. All right. What's next, man? Let's
I'm be honest with you. I think the biggest leverage point out the gate is going to be the marketing system. Like really getting the lead generation system tight, where we're bringing it in and we're speaking to those individuals who want to become speakers.
Okay.
So that's a lot of the stuff. So this is going to be the biggest piece to like start creating that demand, and then us refining that system, and then in terms of the fulfillment and the onboarding, making sure all that's airtight. Okay. Especially when you go from like 1-to-1 or just a handful of clients, and then you start doubling that, tripling that, and so forth, making sure everybody's getting the same experience, in a leverage, still elegant, hands-on type of way.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Yep.
So we got the speaking, we have the coaching, and then we have the concierge, the VA services. I kind of run that as a separate entity, though. Right. So that's separate. Yep. But if you want to take a look at the org chart, I can kind of explain that to you.
Yep. Let me look that up real quick.
Now I got the workflow automations for all of them too. Yeah.
All right, boom. See. All right, cool. CEO president. That's your team. She's VP, CFO. That's your Mars, fractional COO, and CTO. Technology CMO.
Now I don't have a salesperson. I never heard you talk to other people about that. I don't have a salesperson just because, like I said, it's been more organic in terms of me getting clients.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that's something I can assist you with, like
Isaiah. That's my son down there. You see the picture?
Okay, yep.
We talked about him. So,
how old is he?
14.
Nice.
14. Yeah. Yep. So he's on payroll.
Good. I love it. Project manager. Yep.
He worked too. He ain't just on payroll to be on payroll.
Nah.
Like he worked. He got a role. He got responsibility. You know what I'm saying? He's my Kevin.
Okay.
So when I go to events and I speak, he comes and he does the videography, photos.
Let's go.
He doesn't edit. He takes all the raw footage and then he sends it to the team.
Okay.
And then they edit everything, break everything down, and then post everything.
I love it.
But it's his job to, gather and capture everything, coordinate it, schedule it the way it needs to be scheduled. So like I do pre-event. So when I do a speaking engagement, it's simple. I have the discovery call, let's say with the principal or superintendent. Then they probably want to have some idea what is it about. Oh, you want to talk about being allergic to average. What's the talk description for that? What's the learning objectives that, our teachers or students are going to walk away with? I give them an abstract.
Yep.
Then I give them a proposal. Right, proposal has the fee on there. Then if they agree, they get a speaking agreement. Once they get the speaking agreement, then that triggers in the workflow. All right, now they get the speaking agreement. Now we have to have a pre-event phone call with them. They get a pre-event questionnaire. Right, then I do a pre-event video. So I record that video in my home studio. Isaiah, records that. He has to send it to the team. They edit, send it to the school, or to whatever the organization is. Yeah. And then I'd actually go out and do the speaking engagement. Then it's the same process at the end. Post-event phone call, post-event questionnaire. Yep. I have a lead magnet, a QR code at the event. If they want a copy or a first chapter of my book or something like that, they scan that so I get the information, enter them into the nurturing, sequence, put them into the drip campaign,
Yep, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Perfect. And then all of the leadership team are stateside?
All the leadership team are stateside besides Chester.
Besides Chester. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, this is dope. Executive support, technical team, creative team. No, I like it. Cool.
Yeah, I'm grateful for my team. I know they're going to watch this. My team is, they like family, man.
No, I love it.
To the point where I'm really trying to plan a trip to go visit them. Just because that's how much they mean to me. And they believers too.
I love it. Where they located?
India.
Okay, that's dope. I love it. So what would you say from what we covered so far, action steps you got?
Number one, use the video. The video instead of
gonna be a game changer,
instead of chapter one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a game changer.
The video, and then let me go back to my notes. I know Patrice over there jotting everything down. So obviously it's the ad or the content. They get to the landing page, they opt in. The money message video. Then they go to the button to register for the event.
Yep.
If they once they register for the event, they come to the event. Pricing. What do you think the pricing should be? We never really solidified
for
that.
the event.
Yeah, I want to do it either a 3-day with a 4th day bonus, or a 2-day with the 3rd day being a bonus, like family reunion day, whatever we call it.
Yeah. I like the so you said 97. I like the 97.
97. Then what, the VIP, would you do 187 or 297?
You can do 297.
297. I have the Q&A with me. Jump on an hour before.
You can either do an hour before or an hour after. So normally when we do our virtual events, we do an hour after, but I've seen them done both ways. So it just depends on how you want to do it.
Okay. And then obviously I pitched the gold, platinum, and diamond. If they don't enroll in the gold, platinum, or diamond, then I would do the downsell.
Yep.
$495 or $997. What do you think?
I'll probably do like $997.
$997. And it would be so based on
you can add it just in the follow-up emails, and then if you add a person on the team who because what I would also do is everybody who doesn't buy, I would have somebody on the back end who's calling all the people who didn't buy.
Right. So you want to know one of my obstacles right now is finding people. Like, now, would you use a VA for that?
You could, but you want to have
somebody
I can help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we locked in now, like. Yes, I can. So like all the holes that because there's going to be some holes here, but we can have another conversation. I can help you fill all the gaps in for sure.
Yeah, because systematizing everything, I feel like outside of the marketing component, is the biggest thing, right? So just being completely transparent. Like, my wife's a gym, man. She does so much.
The marketing is the biggest thing.
So the backstory is she was an athletic director at private Christian school back in Jersey. In my first year of speaking, like, I saw the vision. You know how it is. We visionary. Yep. I'm like, listen, you need to branch away from that and come over here with me. She was like, nah. Right. I got my 401k, I got my health care, and then I continued to do well. Things continued to scale and accelerate. By that second year, she had left the job. She retired her from that. Now she's on board. But still, she needs to be able to delegate and have the systems in place so she can really focus on being the VP
Yep.
and CFO and not be as task driven.
Yep.
Right, because that can become taxing.
Yeah, we got to have a whole nother conversation outside of this for sure. So we got so much opportunity. We got to have a whole nother conversation.
We do.
Yeah.
So I'll do the 97. I'll do the 297. And then if they don't do that, I'll just put them into the nurturing sequence.
Yep.
Now with my nurturing sequence, we do a newsletter once a week.
Yep.
Is there anything else you would advise? I do nurturing sequence on both sides, coaching and speaking.
I would add the content, add the daily content on your social.
The daily, what do you mean?
Like daily little clips, either you talking to camera or clips from like your speaking gigs to continue to position yourself as an authority in that space.
With the newsletter or just on social media?
On your social media.
Yeah, we do that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but you're saying, should it be a post and a video every day, like an actual video?
I would probably do a video and then some other type of post.
Every day? Okay, so every day needs to be some type of content I'm giving them.
100%.
Okay. Now, would it be all on one platform? Like, because remember I speak to educators and students. So should I just mix it like one day it'd be educators, one day content? Because the content I'm giving to the teachers that's going to help them, let's say in terms of building rapport with students, is different than the students understanding the value of education.
So it's two ways, right? You could, if you like, hey, we want to manage two different channels, you could have two different ones. I'm actually going to hit my boy, because my boy Cantus, he does something almost identical to you, but just different industries.
Yeah.
So I'm asking I'm actually going to hit him up and find out which one he's found that works best. To me, there's pros and cons to both. But I'm gonna find out exactly, like, hey bro, I know you do exactly this. Like, what do you recommend? But I know he has it all on one channel. Okay. But I find it out firsthand because I know he does what you do. Okay. Similar.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
In terms of systems, we use Slack, internal communication amongst our team. Yep. Right. We also use Slack with those that come into our concierge service. Yep. Right. So we use Slack with that in email. Yep. We use Trello for task management. Anything else that do you use like EOS 1 for your leadership meetings, 90, nope. Anything like that?
We use Slack, WhatsApp.
Yeah, we use WhatsApp.
And Zoom. And we use Monday for project management.
Okay, so for my CRM, I house everything in so GHL, white label, I have everything in a sub-account. So people that come through, my coaches, my coaching clients, when they come through their CRM, we set up their CRM and all that kind of stuff. All that's done through Go High Level. So we have a sub-account through Go High Level called RWE Success Suite. And we set them up. They have a year subscription base. And that's where we house everything. That's their website, CRM, everything is done through that.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Told you got a lot of stuff tight, man.
What I need to do, man.
The biggest thing is going to be the marketing.
I don't want to hear what I got tight. I need to know
the biggest thing going to be the marketing. Like if we execute that marketing process that we just talked about, like that's going to be a game changer for you.
Okay. Anything else besides marketing?
Now that's going to be the marketing is going to be the biggest thing. Tightening up the sales, so you're not 100% involved in the sales. So now you can have sales coming in, and then the fulfillment in terms of like the coaching delivery. So now you're not bottlenecked in that either.
So what do you when you have your coaching clients? What do you house your? Do you use Kajabi?
Yep, Kajabi.
You use Kajabi. I use Go High Level. Okay.
Yep. Either or, it can work too. Because we started off with just a custom optimized press build, like on WordPress.
So real quick, with the downsell, using the right method, that framework, those 6 factors, how many modules would you say for me to, like, do you find, since you're more experienced, do you find like, okay, once you get past this many modules, people don't watch it, right? Or
no, people don't. People are people. Most people don't watch modules at all. It's just the thing. Most people just buy stuff, just to be totally honest with you. Yeah. That's why I'm a fan of more high touch, as far as much high touch as possible, because just most people just buy stuff and courses and they'll never go through it. Okay. I think I read a stat that one time that said 3% of people who buy a course log in. 3% of those actually start going through it. 3% of those actually go all the way through it, and then 3% of those actually implement. Okay. So that's one reason I've never been a big course guy because people don't go through it.
And just doing premium offers, does that help eliminate a lot of the chargeback? Because you're dealing with a different
Yeah, for sure.
demographic?
For sure, 100%.
So do you think I should do the downsell or no?
I probably
Because I don't want to deal with that chargeback.
So I would go the premium offers, those, and I would get that dialed in first, and then for those who don't buy the premium offer on the event, I would have that person who actually follows up with those people who didn't buy. And then as you're getting data, then you can see, hey, does it make sense to create like an earlier stage offer? Because you can, but based on the revenue goals we talked about, you honestly can get there with just your premium offers because you don't need that many sales to make that happen.
So in terms of your numbers, data, KPI, and all that kind of stuff, do you have one person that's just doing that for you? Because you have a lot of people coming through.
Like updating the data and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You have one person that's doing that. That's all they, like, do they have?
That's not all they do, but that's one thing they do. Like every day, like starting the day with making sure.
So how do you track your KPIs? Is it just a sheet that they use?
Yeah, we got like a whole dashboard where everything kind of populates in there.
Through what system? Or?
It's like a mixture of systems because like one system, it kind of spits into a system. I can show you all that though.
Okay.
Yeah, I can show it to you.
All right.
Cool. Kev, what we at on time? We ready for time? Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so action steps. What you got for your action steps?
Marketing strategy.
Yep, let's launch that.
Yeah, marketing strategy. So that's the money video. I got that. Run the 2-day boot camp.
Yep.
2 or 3 day boot camp, $97.
Yep.
$297 VIP.
Yep.
Just stick with the premium offer for right now.
Yep.
Dial that in.
Yep.
I gotta make sure the data and KPIs. I want to make sure I
get the scoreboards laid out for sure.
Yeah, so I definitely need to talk to you about that. Get
Okay.
that laid in.
Let's do it.
Make sure my team is up on that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we just need to work together, bro. I'm just keep it real with you. We just need to work together. So, at the Strategic Scale Institute, it's designed specifically for business owners who are making $250,000 a year up to $1 million or more. We even had clients that are doing $2, $3, $4, $5 million a year who are looking to strategically scale their business without burnout, so they can actually work less hours and actually experience more profit and impact more people in a strategic, systemized way. If you want to know how we can actually work together, go to scalemadeeasy.com. Go to scalemadeeasy.com. Got a ton of free resources on that page, and you will see somewhere where you can actually click and schedule a strategic scale session so we can jump on the phone and talk about how we can potentially work together. So go to scalemadeeasy.com, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you soon. Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, you want to do 2 things. Number 1, click below this video and go ahead and subscribe so you'll be the first person to know when we release new episodes. And number 2, you want to click right here so you can check out the next episode. I know you're going to love that one as well. So go ahead and subscribe right now and then click right here to check out this next episode. See you in the future.